On the outside there is Wild Effective, squeezed up between runners. Spirit Run gets a run through now. Even wider here on the track to it's the lovely Big Time Red Foo getting spat out there. Spirit Run along with Boston Lightning. They go for home. Far Too Trendy the outside. Wild Effective. Far Too Trendy will hold on from Wild Effective getting through for third. The inside there Boston Lightning's got third. It's very close for fourth between Brilliant Ava, Homebush Ramona. Homebush Ramona, Brilliant Ava. We'll leave that one for the judge. Big Time Red Foo in behind. And also it's the lovely and Spirit Run was getting into the race, but just got chopped out of that gap and went back sharply. Good run here for Far Too Trendy. 17.68 the time coming through. 66, 17.66, and has held on. The two downgraders coming away from the field. Far Too Trendy from Wild Effective, and Boston Lightning's gone a good race into third. Number 2, Brilliant Ava, has held that fourth placing. 7 to beat the 8, 3 and 2. 17.66. Just letting you know that the time's coming up on the semaphore board under 100% correct. We have got a run home there of 10.73. The margins are all good. That's a half, 4 3/4, 1 1/2. And Far Too Trendy will give Lisa Ahern win number 398, also for Craig Rendell on the downgrade, and she gets the job done at a very good price to beat the 8 Wild Effective. A good run all the same, and Boston Lightning charging into third over the 2 Brilliant Ava. That result not too far away for race number 9. Here it is now. Far Too Trendy, $8.40 and $2. Wild Effective, $1.30. 3 Boston Lightning at $2.50. The 7-8 Cornella, $8. 783 Trifecta, $122.30. 7832 First 4, $534.60. Completed the treble, 1, 1 and the 7, $159.40. Well done if you got on to the downgrader Far Too Trendy. We'll go to the top of the dais for race number 9. Race 10 here at Hat Trick Raceways, the Wanganui Toyota for the Class 3 and the 4s. This one for the over the 520 metre distance. That's our next race time to go at 8.56. Time to get back to Addington to you, Greg, for your race 7.
Yeah, thank you very much for that, Daryl. 3, 4, 6 and 2 with you for your 10th. But we're 6 minutes out from, the feature here tonight. $13,000 on the line for the Macca Lodge, trained south of the Waitaki mobile pace. Of course, the heat's been run throughout this month. Needed to line up a couple of times, and Luciano's done that and won both of them, and won its maiden here to boot. So in wonderful form. This starts our final quaddie here tonight. We're already honing in on $8,000 there, so we've come up with a suggested way to play it. I've stuck with the Snow McClellan trio here, and Mr. Handleman, Luciano and Vera's Delight. Of course, I've been staying with Regan Todd, who's been doing a mighty fine job. 1, 7, 8, 12, 14, so the same numbers we had in the turbo terminating pick 6. The third leg of that, a tricky race. Franco Tristan's trialled okay. Hilarious Magic was good on debut. Benji Mara, I was going to say Marshall, not quite in this field, but he's playing tonight, St George. It's a good chance. It's been racing well. And the 16 Missin' Me Mate is the same. And the last leg of Anchored Stars Align. If you want to put Go Yahoo in there as well, off the back of its good trial form, good luck to you. But I think Stars Align will win the last. $60 spend, but potentially there for 100%. Of course, this race last year, won by Tact Tate. He's done a great job since crossing the Tasman when it was trained here by Trevor Proctor, of course. And Wick ran second. It was a favourite in the series last year. It was trained by the man who trains the favourite here, Luciano, Brendan Snow McClellan. And he's done a great job. The Better's Delight, 4-year-old out of Lucy Legacy, raced by Snow's wife Megan, and now 3 from 16. And winning them on the bounce. Like so many of the Better's Delights, they turn up at the races, they just get better and better. The one in the book, Mr. Handleman. He's not by Better's Delight, he's by Stonebridge Regal. He's won the 1 from 24, but he was second in the final heat last week. And he did go pretty close to winning that. He was very, very brave in second after being parked out. He's got barrier 1 this time. He should get a pretty economical trip. I thought the 8 Vera's Delight had a very good each-way chance. Vera's Delight's chances, in many ways, as we look at the 3 there, Got Adele, who's trained by Tony Barron, who will be domiciled in Canterbury, of course, from now on. And Matthew Williamson doing the driving. Got to Go Collect, 4-year-old, who was 3rd behind Luciano here in the last heat. Led them on that occasion. Might try for similar tactics here. Soapbox, disappointed last week. Stewards looked into it, couldn't find anything, I think. Or was it a minor cold? Yeah, it could have been. Anyway, if you go on the previous run, when second on the 15th to Luciano, it was a very, very good effort. Filly by Santana Blue Chip, trained by a good horseman in Murray Brown. Groomsman, the 9, I don't know what to make of him. He's won 5. This looked to be a great series for him. He finished 4th behind Luciano 2 weeks ago, and then last week he was okay in the race won by Ballymore Boy, and he was just okay. He hit the trail, and I thought he has a great chance as they come off the back, but he only battled and he's drawn 9 tonight, so he'll need some luck in running. Horse that didn't have any luck last time was Mighty Flying Deal. Of course, formerly with Ken Barron, now with Tony. Ken takes the drive. The scratching of Gangnam Style means it follows out Mr. Handelman. Might settle through the fence here, and if they go very hard, it's not without a winning chance. Mighty Flying Deal. And it's a double figure odds. 16's the book, 11's and $3.50. Super Series here, Addington Raceway Finals next week. Should be a very good program as part of Grand National Week, of course, kicking off with the E-Star Online Winter Cup. Of course, the Grand National Hurdles and Steeples. What are we up to, about the 138th or 39th of the hurdles and about 142 steeples or something. Great week mark ahead, and I think it's a smart move, Addington, over the last couple of years, having those Super Series on the night before the big week kicks off.
Yeah, it just adds to it, doesn't it? And Sydenham Hurdles will kick the day off over at Riccarton Park. And
you know that race well, Mark?
I do.
Yes.
3,200 metres. Or was it 31?
What are you up to, your 8th calling?
Yep.
There you go.
It's gone fast.
Very quickly.
Doesn't seem that long ago Mr. Charlton was winning that.
Yeah, very good point. Marcus, this is a really open go. Do you think Luciano will just keep on winning, or they should go very hard here with this good money up?
They should. If you're an Omen punter, Merv Butterworth's here tonight.
Yes.
Got a shock to see him go out there to Mr. Mojito. He owns Northview better here. And he does tend to have a pretty good record when his horses are racing when he's in town.
Yes, he does.
But the Snowman's had such a good month, we'll stick with him. Number 7, Luciano on top to beat the 8, Vera's Delight. Certainly found a spot for her, as you did, on that 5th behind Luciano, and was unlucky. 1, Mr. Handelman, and 3, Got Adele. Led out, and with Dexter holidaying, Matthew Williamson gets aboard. You can bet London to a brick on it'll be leading out here. Number 3, Got Adele. And looking to cross Mr. Handelman, who had to race parked last time. I'd imagine at most, it's going to be 3 back the inside. If Got Adele hands up, it may very well be in the trail. And it fought gamely too, did Mr. Handelman in that previous heat. But Macca Lodge right behind the train south of the Waitaki Series at Mobile Pace. A base for Pan's Pacific Flights. Location, doing a good job, Pan's Pacific Flight too. Churning out the winners, not just in Southland either. Whistle's gone. Out to come up. Feature race, $13,000. Macca Lodge trained south of the Waitaki Series at Mobile Pace. Late scratching. Gangnam Style. They're moving up. Groomsman gets set. Vera's Delight comes forward. Luciano, Northview better. Franco Tyson, Soapbox, Got Adele, Stunning BC. And Mr. Handelman, and just the 1 back row runner is Mighty Flying Deal. 2,600. Mr. Handelman getting up onto the gate. Vera's Delight. McClellan has the green cap on. Ricky May the gold cap on the 7, Luciano. Sam Utley the white cap on Mr. Handelman. Eddie Williamson a gold cap on Got Adele, and Ken Barron the red cap on the 11, Mighty Flying Deal, both out of the Tony Barron barn. Here's the gate in the lane. This for Macca Lodge, trained south of the Waitaki. Flashing green, they're racing. And Got Adele went away reasonably well. Mr. Handelman's punching up, and Franco Tyson's going out in search of the lead. Stunnin' VC third, and Got a Dell 3 wide to fourth, balancing up now going forward. Mighty Flying Deals 3 back the pegs from Soapbox, Northview, Better Luciano. And then Vera's Delight and Groomsman. Franco Tyson is the leader. The margin's 2 lengths. Running second is Mr. Handleman. Mighty Flying Deal 3 back the inside of Stunnin' VC. Got a Dell couldn't get in, so it's going to drift back outside of Soapbox. Vera's Delight 4 back the inside of Luciano, and a length and a half away then is Groomsman, and Northview Better as last of all. Franco Tyson leads by 2.5 lengths over Mr. Handleman. Got a Dell's going forward again. I don't know if yo-yos were around in Oamaru when Matty Williamson was growing up. He's doing a bit of a yo-yo act at the moment. Up and down, up and down. Into the 1-1 goes Stunnin' VC. Mighty Flying Deal 3 back the inside. Vera's Delight 4 back the pegs underneath of Soapbox, and then came Luciano. 2 lengths to Groomsman and a length and a half to Northview Better. Franco Tyson with this lead of 2.5 lengths. John Dunn in the bike. Running in second spot, Mr. Handleman. Got a Dell breezing around the stablemate Mighty Flying Deal. Then Stunnin' VC. 4 back the pegs, Vera's Delight from Soapbox, Luciano, Groomsman, and a length and a half to Northview Better, who's last. Lead time 1:12.3. That's good going. And the leader is Franco Tyson. The margin's a length and a half. Leader's back running second as Mr. Handleman. Got a Dell parked around Mighty Flying Deal. Fifth is Stunnin' VC. Sixth on the inside is Vera's Delight, and a half a length to Soapbox, trailed in the running line by the last 3, Luciano, Groomsman and Northview Better. First quarter 31.1. Out towards the 1,000-metre mark goes Franco Tyson. Lineup's unchanged. Mr. Handleman 2 away in the trail. Got a Dell 1 away third around Mighty Flying Deal. And then came Stunnin' VC. Vera's Delight 4 back the pegs from Soapbox, Luciano, Groomsman and Northview Better. Franco Tyson below the 800-metre mark leads a length and a half, Mr. Handleman. Got a Dell stoked up in the breeze to get closer as the earplugs out. Mighty Flying Deals on the inside. I'll have room to get off here in a moment. Vera's Delight's getting out as Stunnin' VC dropped off. Soapbox wide out. Northview Better taking inside runs. And then came Luciano and Groomsman. 30 and 5 the second. 61.6 for the half. 4.50 to go. Franco Tyson leads Mr. Handleman. Mighty Flying Deal third. Vera's Delight comes into it. Then Northview Better. Down on the inside, Groomsman from Soapbox and Luciano. The third quarter, 29.8. Franco Tyson joined by Mr. Handleman. The stablemate Vera's Delight. Mighty Flying Deal's getting an inside run. And then Northview Better. Mr. Handleman leads. Mighty Flying Deal. Out wider then is Vera's Delight. But the leader though is Mr. Handleman over Mighty Flying Deal. And Snow McLennan's going to get the biggie for the month. Mr. Handleman won it with Sam Otley. Beat Mighty Flying Deal. Then the other 2 McClellan runners, Luciano and Vera's Delight in the photo for third. From Northview Better, Groomsman, Franco Tyson, Soapbox got a Dell, and Stunnin' VC's just clocking in now. Mr. Handleman, Sam Otley, is going to pay $5.70 and $1.80. Mighty Flying Deal second, number 11 at $3.40. Third's a photo between Vera's Delight, number 8 at $2, and Luciano, number 7 at $1.40. 29.1 the last quarter, 2 minutes 0.5 for the last mile. And he deserved that, Brendan McClellan, the month that he's had, not just in this series, but right the way his team have raced through the month. And this one for the Sinclairs has made it now 2 from 25, but that's the biggie. $13,000 Macalodge train south of the Waitaki Series mobile pace, and it goes to Mr. Handleman. Had room to slide out turning for home. Held off Mighty Flying Deal, who was taking inside runs, and raced by Bruce and Alistair Sinclair, and makes it 2 from 25. And after Tactate rolled him last year, the Snowman has hit back with a vengeance with this year's south of the Waitaki, Greg.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. And all 3 of his horses have gone very well. Luciano, the favourite, making up a lot of ground. Vera's Delight, the little girl, she had to come wide, and actually wider when Mr. Handleman pushed her out there. But congratulations to the Connections, win 2 at start 25. Mighty Flying Deal got itself into second. Judges call, and then to Alexandra Park.
Winner is 1, Mr. Handleman. Second, 11, Mighty Flying Deal. And third, 7, Luciano. Fourth has gone to 8, Vera's Delight. From 6, Northview Better, and 9, Groomsman. 1:11.7, 8:6.9. The margin's 3/4 of a length. 1 length, half a head, 1 1/4 lengths. Winner's time was 3:12.8, a mile rate of 1:59.3. The last 858.5, last 428.9.
So Brendan McClellan, he gets the Macca Lodge south of the Waitaki final. He had 3 in the race and they've all gone well, but Mr. Handelman, beautifully driven by Sam Otley, was paid $571.80. Mighty Flying Deal unlucky last week. Good run tonight. Ken Barron aboard, $340. Luciano, $140. The Quinellas paid $29.60. The trifecta, $111 and 7. Wasn't hard, $177.30. And the first 4, $111, 7 and 8. Nice first 4. $684.80. Pick 6, a $5 shot. Here, 120,000 live. We're down to 20,000. 20,188.58. 20,188.58. Chasing down just over $70,000. Now I suggest a quaddie here at Alexandra Park for the last 4 here. 3 and 5 in the first leg, New Year's J and Hug the Win. Second leg, 3, 6, 7, 8. Third leg, 2, 4 and 5. Big Mac, Zach Maguire and Stunning Shadow. Last leg, 2 and 8. Natural and Franco Nadal. $48 for a full unit. Zach Butcher, he drives your favourite New Year's J. Zach, I thought New Year's J super first up for the stable. How's she gone on with it since then?
No, she seems to be doing really well. Her work's good, but obviously haven't had the trial or any of that. But you'd probably have to say she's one of the better ones in the field. So sort of look to get across early. She's got a wee bit of speed that's going to come as an asset tonight. And maybe if we just follow the right run, she'll be right there.
She didn't get any luck in that first up run. I mean, it's been 3 weeks between races. Have you noticed a marked improvement in her work?
It's probably hard to say. She's not one to, I guess, work outstanding in a sense, but I guess that first run she come and really stepped up for us, and I was wrapped with it considering we hadn't had her for long, and she's probably a little bit on the chubby side. But like I said, work's been okay as far as I can see, and not many in it. There's only 5 in it, and I think speed's going to come down to it, and she's got plenty of it.
Hug the Win, stablemate in the race. Talk about him. You know a lot about the horse, Barrier 5. Is he the main rival?
Definitely. Hey, he's probably the class horse in there. He's raced some very handy fields, and he's a good stayer, so he can still peel off a quarter in 27. So he's always going to be tough to beat. But we've drawn inside of him. We're probably going to end up with the run to beat him, and if we're good enough, we can. Mate,
another wonderful season. Let's hope you get a couple of winners tonight.
Thanks, mate. Hopefully ride home a couple for the end of the year and start off strong next year.
Yeah, Zach Butcher's had a pretty good season. He's driven a winner already tonight with Arden's Choice, and he drives the favourite New Year's J. Now, this market's reversed on what it was last night when the fixed odds came out. New Year's J was $2.20 and Hug the Win was $1.80. It's now New Year's J $1.65 and Hug the Win $2.40. It's been a poultice of money for New Year's J. She's got the nice draw. Interesting to see what Zach does off the gate. She's never blasted off the gate prior, but she's got the draw to go for tonight. Son of Mayor by Washington VC, New Year's J. Hug the Wind, on the other hand, he won the standing start race last start with good manners. It was a really nice drive by Brett Mangos. Very, very smart horse. Winner of 10 from 32 tonight. Draws the outside, but remember there are only 5 in this race, so very tactical over the 1,700 metres. I went 3 to beat 5. 2 Hank Bromack must be in the mix for Tony Herlihy. And Prince of Pops, who was disappointing last week, but 1,700 metres is his go tonight. He's the rank outsider at $19. Aaron, as I come to you, you're 5, 3, 2 and 1 in our feature pace.
Yeah, thanks, Craig. And sticking with Hug the Wind, he was very good here back in late June. He's had that month off, a bit of a freshen up. Prince of Pops, he comes forward. New Year's J, she's well in the mix. She was a very good inside. Just the 5 runners for the Reesby and Company Limited Mobile Pace, 1,700 the third to open the late quaddie. And another double, 20,188.58 live in pick 6, a 1, 6 and a 1 going into the second half of pick 6. Just about there. Green light. And they're off and pacing. Prince of Pops off the arm strongly from Hank Bromack. Out wide, a Hug the Wind, and there followed New Year's J. And Better's Pocket on the inside will settle down last of the 5. 5.7 the run off the gate. Prince of Pops is still working across and now does find the lead. Off Hank Bromack, the Iceman gets the nice run in the trail. There's 2 lengths away in the field then to Better's Pocket on the inside of Hug the Wind. As hurl ahead Hank Bromack, they come away from the back of Prince of Pops and whip around and look for the lead as they work into the lane. And back last is New Year's J. Opening quarter 27 and 9. The Reesby and Company Limited mobile pace. Hank Bromack, the American Ideal 4-year-old on top. Hug the Wind and Big Bar coming up to its wheel on the outside at the bell. Back on the inside, Prince of Pops and Jack McKinnon. They're followed then by New Year's J, Zach Butcher, 1-1. And Better's Pocket, Tony Cameron, the last as they work around the stables corner. They're one and only time. Hank Bromack leads from Hug the Wind on the outside of Prince of Pops. New Year's J, beautifully spotted, 1-1. She won't be unlucky tonight. And Better's Pocket, the last 31, the second quarter. Reesby and Company Limited mobile pace through the back. And it's Hank Bromack leading from Hug the Wind, the outside, the son of Better's Delight. Back on the inside, Prince of Pops. Then came New Year's J, the 8-year-old mare by Washington VC. She's had a gun run in the 1-1, and they're followed by Better's Pocket. Off the back, 500 to go. Hank Bromack closing in, Hug the Wind on the outside. Back the inside, Prince of Pops will wait the passing lane. New Year's J, Better's Pocket, 28 and 6 the back straight quarter. Hank Bromack to bring them to the lane. Hug the Wind, New Year's J about to get around them out 3. Then Prince of Pops and Better's Pocket homeward bound. Hank Bromack, Hug the Wind goes to it strongly. New Year's J up the inside is Prince of Pops. New Year's J pounces on to Hug the Wind. In fact, she comes away. Better's Pocket rocketing home late. He may well get up for second, but it's New Year's J. New Year's J will get the win second. Better's Pocket will just get that from Hug the Wind, and they're followed by Prince of Pops and Hank Bromack. 201.3 will cut up into a nice mile. The last half in 56.6, the final quarter in 28. Zach Butcher gets his second on the card tonight, New Year's J, after being unlucky in the first look here at Alexandra Park back on the 24th of June. Had the gun 1-1 trip throughout, and Zach, it's been a pretty comfortable win in the end. Better's Pocket extends strongly, or just get over the top of Hug the Wind for second to cut Barry out of the Quinella, and then Prince of Pops to make up the first 4 in the Reesby and Company Limited mobile pace.
Official placings, race 7, the Reesby and Company Limited mobile pace. 31542. 31542. Horse 3, New Year's J. Pace the 1700 metres and a good time of 201.35. Mile rate of 154.8. Last 856.6. The 428. The margins won the quarter lengths. Ahead 5.5 lengths. 31542. All official race 7, Reesby and Company Limited mobile pace.
New Year's J to come back at the head of the field, raced by breeders B.J. Anderton, along with the estate of B.P. Kennedy. Barry Purdon and Zach Butcher get winning doubles on the card tonight. New Year's J by Washington VC, an 8-year-old bay mare out of Jay's Glen, and takes our feature pace in pretty comprehensive fashion in the end. New Year's J back at the head of the field. Career win 8 at start 26, and just 2 runs here under the ribbon of light at Alexandra Park. An unlucky third back in late June, and a comfortable win here. Martin Reesby and the team from Reesby and Company down there, part of the victory celebrations. Murray Goldsworthy, race night steward of the Auckland Trotting Club, also in attendance. One Better's Pocket, Better's Delight pocket full of posies. Black 4-year-old gelding for second. Auckland Trotting Club 2014 Syndicate the owners. Tony Hurley trained at Papakura, Tony Cameron. And Hug the Wind in for a third. The Better's Delight Brown 4-year-old Entire out of Dreaming Spires, AJ and Mrs. P.R.A. Parker. Mrs. K.J. Purden, Ms. A. Wilson, along with Mrs. S.M. Fatty, Mrs. E.M. Montgomery, and Mrs. S.J. Perry, the owners, Barry Purden, the trainer-driver out of Clevedon. 3 New Year's J, $1.90 the win, $1.30 the place, $1.90, $1.30. 1 Better's Pocket, $3.30, $3.30. 5 Hug the Wind, no third. Dividend Quinella, $13.10, $13.10. Trifecta, $28.90, $28.90. And the first 4, $94.50, $94.50. Pick 6, 9,151.78. 9,151.78 live with 2 legs remaining. We move to the third to last on our season finale program for the Auckland Trotting Club, the Farewell Dane Alexandra Mobile Pace. We open the final treble here in the early favourite Party Rage number 5 at $4.62.20 David Butcher. 8 Everlasting Grace, Philip Butcher $4.90 $1.80. 6 Chevrons Easy, J Abernathy $5.61.30. 7 Norvig Ruby $5.62.50 James Stormont. And Turnbull's number 3 Fresh Up Kyle Marshall $8 and $1.60. That'll open the final treble at 17 minutes after 9. Race 8 on the program.
Back on this track, then travelled to Addington last week. Running down the track, but back onto this track, back into box 1. Box 1 form's good. 5 of the career wins have come on this track, and a good chance here for the one to bounce back. Corborn Spree at that $8 price. Just hoping that everything's all good after that fall, and hopefully she won't remember that. Taking the fall there on the first corner from box 8. Hopefully box 1 will suit. Boston Heart's another one that's recently come down from class 5, and we'll be looking to drop back to class 3 if he misses a check today, Boston Heart, but always capable, and it can get into it too, Boston Heart, and looking to turn his form line around. So for me, 3 Hawkesbury Fever. It's the second favourite, $3.50, $3.90 with the tote and the favourite ready-made size. I put that in for 4th, just coming up to class 4, but that win was a much better performance. Been a few punters that have been getting in behind ready-made size and just coming up a bit short, but getting a bit of their money back last time out, and we'll see what she can do coming up to class 4 company. Ready-made size. How's Lady Zena's price looking? $12, now moves out to $8.10 on the tote, so that tote price starting to come up a wee bit to that $12 price with the book. Race number 10 to get the final treble underway. On to race number 11. Americano looks very solid in race 11, no doubt an anger for many in the place 6 and quaddie. And then we finish off with a class 3 sprint. Race 10 about to lock away. Wanganui Toyota for the class 3 and 4s. Corborn Spree, Hawkesbury Fever, Boston Heart and Lady Zena. Second line will follow. Ready-made size. Corborn Clay Kaputski. And Opawa Shea to the outside. Favourite the 2. Ready-made size. In winning form here last Friday. Looking to make it 2 in a row. Coming up to the Class 4 grade. Race 10. Wanganui Toyota ready. And racing and taking a flyer out wide here as Lady Zena's going to go straight to the front from Corborn Spree and right round the outside. Opawa Shea getting into it. Ready-made size is not too far away. Boston Heart the inside. Hawkesbury Fever trying to get a run through. Corborn Clay out the back there with Kaputski. Down the back they go, driving the inside. Corborn Spree's got to the lead. Here comes Ready-made size charging into it around the outside. Opawa Shea. They've broken away there on Hawkesbury Fever. Lady Zena just besides that. Then we go back here to Kaputski. Also Corborn Clay. They go for home. The outside Ready-made size. The inside Corborn Spree. Ready-made size will get there from Corborn Spree. Then we go here to Opawa Shea. Then on crossing to Boston Heart getting home well. Lady Zena, Corborn Clay was back. Hawkesbury Fever and Kaputski. Ready-made size lives up to expectation, the favourite. And the 2 will beat the 1. Opawa Shea's going to get another 3rd placing. 2, 1, 8 and the 5 in race number 10. Time just coming through there, 30.59. And number 2, Ready-Made Size, just to prove that win last week was no fluke. And you could see she was really winding up, coming down the side of the track, took control. And it comes away from the 1 Corborn Spree. Matt will be happy with that run after taking that fall here on the track. 2 starts back. And Opawa Shea, next time you see Opawa Shea in the race book, you'll have a row of 3rd placings for Marcy Flip into 3rd. 2, 1, 8, 5, 30.59. We have a lead-up time there of 5.03, a run home of 11.73. And the margins are 2 lengths, 1 3/4. We do need to confirm these times, 1.5 for that 3rd margin. Ready-made size for Earl Antonio Lisa Ahern. Now 1 short of that 400th win and gets a win here at $2.20 and 1.10. Corborn Spree 2.10. Opawa Shea 2.80. 1-2 Cornella $8.80. 218 Trifecta 87.30. 2185 first 4 $362.70. It also wrapped up the double, $12.67 and 2, and the 7-1 concession at $17.50. That wraps up race number 10 here at Hattrick, and our race number 11 will be time to go the Pala Mountain Scientific Nutrition for the Class 2s at 26 after 9. We'll take this opportunity to have a look at the market on our next race here on trackside 1, and it will be back to Addington for the trot. Next race on the program there, fairly interesting market for this one. The favourite will be no doubt down the bottom, Cuddly Jess at 420, 165 with the book. The 8 at 480 and 175, and there is the favourite Cradock at 380, 155 for Kimberley Butt. Race 8 will be the next live to go here on trackside 1. On the other side of the break, we'll join Greg O'Connor at Addington.
Celebrate a season of standardbred stars as Trackside brings you highlights from the 2015-16 Harness Racing Awards. Catch the winners, the glitz and the glamour, Wednesday 3rd of August, 8:30pm, Trackside 1.
Sweet Lou, fastest 2-year-old in pacing history.
But Sweet Lou is kicking away. It's Sweet Lou opening it up to a 3-length lead with a 16th to go. Foiled again, racing in second. On the outside is Clear Vision third. Thinking Out Loud closing on the far outside. It's Sweet Lou, and Sweet Lou wins the TVG free-for-all final in 1:48 flat. Foiled again second, then Clear Vision and Thinking Out Loud.
Sweet Lou for a sweet result. First season standing at Woodland Stud.
This July, be in for your share of $1 million that must be won on terminating pick sixes at New Zealand Greyhound Harness and Thoroughbred meetings, including 100 grand Thoroughbred terminating pick sixes every Saturday in July. TAB, are you in?
Welcome back into Addington Raceway as the task of getting the terminating pick six continues. Just back to that previous race, and my apologies, got a tweet through from the bookmakers. Somebody had a $51,000, potentially $51,000 collect on Vera's Delight to run a place. Now, if you watch that race, she's been beaten by a proverbial you-know-what right on the line and unfortunately missed that placing. However, that punter, they invested $2,700, a three-place harness place bet and also a dog in there. They returned $6,400 by boxing the multi. Not a bad way to play. Gee, they had a great chance there of picking up the 51k and only missed by a very short margin. And I suppose the irony there is Luciano, another of Snow's runners, got up and beat it right on the line. So bad luck there, but still a reasonable sort of collect just the same. Nexa New Zealand Mobile Trot, tough race, really hard leg of the pick six. We'll bring you an update as to the numbers still live after New Year's J. The very speedy mare got that win at Alexandra Park. Cuddly Jess, Michael House, trainer driver, beautifully bred 5-year-old by Sundon. It's the favourite with the book. Is now Craddock at 390. 420 about Cuddly Jess and about 480 with My Amour. Heavenly Love got that maiden win last time, made up good ground late in the piece for Murray Edmonds. It's a $13 chance to go back to back. Westy Boys was a winner here 2 starts back, and it's around the $15 mark for Mark Nose Fuller and Jared O'Reilly. There's My Amour, Rick May, Greg and Nina Hope. 2 runs back this time in, a Breeders' Crown run, and then that 5th last time in behind Matatoki. Recently sold Matatoki. My Amour's got a chance in this. Got a wide draw. Here's the update of the pick of the 6 for you. 4 legs down, 9,151.78. So plenty of people are going to get themselves a share of what we got over, $70,000. But the last 2 legs are definitely tricky. So there will be a few tumbling regardless of the result. So good luck to you and many of you that are still live. 2 in the race for Dennis 9, Total Exposure in the Fox. I thought Total Exposure was pretty good. Went 4th here at Addington behind King of the Roses, and then behind Matatoki. Was running on nicely with CJ in the bike. He's in the bike again, Colin DeFilippi, as we look at Cuddly Jess there. We had a look at Craddock too, the 3-year-old by Sundon out of Stimulus, trained by Timbut, owned by his mum Jenny and Kimberly's grandmother. And Craddock was very good winning at Rangiora, had shown plenty prior to that. As Kimberly said in her interview, it's always a decent step to see ones, but I reckon this guy might be able to make it, and if he can pinch another win, that'll be penalty free, and he should have a pretty good crack at it next time. A few people enjoying the action here at Addington Raceway. The 4 in the book, the God Botherer, has the blinds on today. Chris McDowell for Neil Munro. So a wide open go. I had them 1, 8, 12. Had the 7 Total Exposure in there. The 14 Definite Threat. Yeah, the Blood and Whiskey's one that's in on Sunday as well. Yeah, it's been placed in 3 or 4 this time in. John and Robert Dunn combined. Regardless of them not winning the premiership, they've had a great season. Record-breaking season for them. And Blood and Whiskey, they can win another race at short notice too. To you, Mr McNamara, 90 seconds out from a start. That would have been pretty painful watching Vera's Delight for the last couple of 100 metres, because the little girl, she was trying her heart out, and in comparison, stablemate Luciano towers over her.
He does indeed.
It wasn't a fair fight, to be fair.
And 12 months from now, Mighty Flying Deer wouldn't have been in the race, so it would have been a Snow McClellan trifecta.
Yeah, exactly. But went down and congratulated him and said, you'll be back next year. He said, well, we've won it now. We were unlucky last year or to run into Tac Tate, so I'd say it's locked into their calendar from now on.
I'd imagine so, and good part of the calendar this time of year too, to have that on the programs for the month or so that it runs. I was with you here, Total Exposure.
Yep.
I thought it was a really good each way bet in the race. 12 and 320 fixed, 9, 10 and 260 the book. Mobile record is 8 starts for a couple of placings, has only won 1 from 37, so it's hard to get too enthused about it with its win record, but it's been going well enough in recent times to trouble this lot, and they're getting set for race 8. Next year, New Zealand Mobile Trot. Chavasion, Maya Moore. Total Exposure, BK Dawn, Westy Boys. The Godbotherer. Heavenly Love. Monkey Luck and Cuddly Jess. Back row. Motto Great Sensation. I'm Not Air. Blood and Whiskey and the Fox and Craddock. 2 in for Dennis Nye and 2 in for Murray Edmonds. Cuddly Jess drawn the inside. She does have good gate speed, Cuddly Jess. See if Michael House is going to use it here. Fairly big size racing team, another part of the season too, is Michael House. Cuddly Jess has been an important part of that. Mobile to the back. This is race 8. About to go. 1950. Racing. No gate speed, Heavenly Love. Cuddly Jess, the Godbotherer, was away fast too. Total Exposure going up 3 wide from Motto Great Sensation, Westy Boys. Maya Moore is 4 wide from Monkey Luck. BK Dawn is 4 wide following Maya Moore. I'm Not Air dropped down to the pegs over on the inside then of the Fox, and a length and a half Chavasion from Heavenly Love. I'm Not Air's gone for a gallop on the inside. Blood and Whiskey kept wide to get around it, and 2 lengths away last is Craddock. The lead time 24.7, and Cuddly Jess leads a length and a half. Total Exposure Park leaders back Motto Great Sensation. 3 wide Maya Moore, and Monkey Luck is running 5th and 3 back the pegs. Next the Godbotherer, and a length and a half to Westy Boys. 3 wide BK Dawn, the pegs Heavenly Love, the middle the Fox. Length and a half Chavasion. Blood and Whiskey coming 3 wide, and 2 lengths to Craddock, with I'm Not Air about 8 lengths away last. It's Cuddly Jess and Michael House at the Stables Bend, out by a length. The opening quarter, 30.5. They've run this at pretty good speed. Maya Moore's done some work, but is breezing now. Motto Great Sensations trailing 3rd. She's had the best run in the race for the first 3 quarters of a lap. Length and a half, Total Exposure 1-1. 3 back the pegs, Monkey Luck, 1.5 the Godbotherer, as Maya Moore went up to just about look Cuddly Jess in the eye, and the speed goes on. 2 to Westy Boys. Heavenly Love's on the inside from the Fox, BK Dawn, Chavasion. 2 to Blood and Whiskey, 2 to Craddock, and 3 lengths to I'm Not Air. Maya Moore trots to the lead. Cuddly Jess now second. Motto Great Sensations on the inside of Total Exposure, left in the open. Then the Godbotherer. Next to the inside is Monkey Luck from Westy Boys and Heavenly Love. 31 the second quarter, 61 5 to half. 500 to go. Maya Moore leads a length and a half. Cuddly Jess now waiting on the Terror to Love at Pine Leaf Farm passing lane. Total Exposures to the outside of her. 3 wide the Godbotherer. Then Motto Great Sensation. Westy Boys is following the Godbotherer, and Monkey Luck is next. 3rd quarter in 30.3. Maya Moore turns in a length and a half. The Godbotherer. Then Total Exposure. Cuddly Jess and Westy Boys. The Godbotherer has gone to the lead. 100 metres to go. Put a neck on Maya Moore. Out wide of the Foxes running on. Total Exposure still there, but it's the Godbotherer. Amen to you. The Godbotherer won it. Has beaten the Fox in 3rd. Well, there's Maya Moore, Motto Great Sensation, Total Exposure not far away, and then Monkey Luck from Blood and Whiskey, Heavenly Love, Westy Boys, Cuddly Jess, Craddock, I'm Not Air, and Chavasion. Number 4, the Godbotherer, 38.20 and $11. That should have happened on Sunday, not on a Friday night for the Godbotherer. Last quarter, 31.3. 3.1 for the last mile, and the 5-year-old by Thanksgiving got off the gate fast. Chris McDowell and Neil Munro have combined to win this, and it starts 16. It's win number 2, and just chimed in at the right time. Dave Senior part owns with Sharon Newell. Neil's got a share, Paul Linsky and Graham Holston, and 2 from 16, and at $38.20 only. Those with faith would have been on the Godbotherer there, Greg.
You're not wrong, Mark, but congratulations to them. Neil Munro, congratulations training this one, part owning it, and Chris McDowell gave it a beautiful run. Look, an inspired decision, put the blinds on tonight, and as a result it gets win 2 at start 16, and its second win here at Addington from just the 5 starts. Popped off the back of Total Exposure and got pretty comfortably to Maya Moore. He'd done a pair of work, to be fair. The Fox made up a lot of ground, but the blowout has happened in the Terminator. 9,000 going into that if you've got the 4 on your ticket. There'll be a few go wayward there. We need to get to Alexandra Park because Craig Thompson is standing by as there's a significant moment in the life of a long-standing participant, Craig, so we'll hand it over to you.
Yeah, thanks, Greg. Yeah, Dane Alexander, of course, I think he's 81 this year, Greg, and been in harness racing over 60 years. I caught up with him earlier in the night. He drives Idealistic in race number 8. Dane, thanks for your time tonight. You're having your last drive on Idealistic. Of course, next season you'll be back as a trainer. 60 years you've been driving. Do you remember your first winner and where it was?
Yes, it's one I would never forget. It was a horse called Four Peaks at Amberley on the old grass track there. I think it was a galloping meeting with 2 trots, as they were in those days. The reason I remember it so clearly is that the horse actually only ran second. He was beaten ahead, and Amberley Racing Club at that time, I believe, was the only track in the South Island that never had a photo finish. And it caused quite a commotion with people who were lined up and with the judges' box in the winning post. They could probably clearly see that he was beaten by a good head anyway.
So thank God for no photo finishes, eh?
Ah, yeah, it was quite interesting. I came back to the birdcage and the stipendiary steward met me at the gate and said, "Did you win?" And I said, "Yes, sir."
Good on you, Dane. Tell me, you've had some very, very good horses in your time. I mean, Acacia Boy, Sergelina, Hello Birdie, but I know there's one that you thought stood out amongst them.
Yeah, Sunshine Boy was an outstanding horse, ability-wise. He was a very high-strung horse, but he had tremendous speed. He was a horse that you could come to the top of the straight and everyone else was flat out, and you just asked him to sprint and he could just accelerate. And I've never had a horse like him since.
What have you noticed in probably the last 20 or 30 years of driving and training? The big changes in harness racing, obviously with the track surfaces and the sulkies and obviously the breed of the horses. What have you noticed the most significant thing in the last 20 years?
I think horses have improved dramatically, horses. They're just their type and their athleticism and their breeding has just made it so much easier. I've broken in a lot of horses over the last sort of 30 years. For other trainers, and they just got so much easier to break in. A lot of them, when you got them, they were just about ready to put in the cart. It was just, and it all comes down to breeding and handling as young horses, I believe.
Tonight you've got Idealistic going around in race number 8 tonight. She's been doing a pretty good job for you. She's pretty consistent at the moment. Last drive tonight, realistic chances in race 8?
I think she'll be struggling. I just feel she might have gone off a little bit in the last couple of weeks. But she's such a lovely mare. Any fool could drive her. She's honest and she tries hard, and I just try to keep up.
Will you miss the driving part of it?
I will. I've always enjoyed driving, and I still enjoy driving. But I think I just got to a stage where you've got to say stop at some stage of it.
80 years of age is a pretty good age to be still driving. You don't look 80. When I get to that age, I'm looking as good as you. Tell me. Next season, you're still going to keep up the training ranks. So you got a few in work?
Oh, no, I've only got Idealistic, and her lease expired at the end of this month, which is next week, but the Woodland Stud have turned around and said we can have her for another year, so we would probably just battle on with her. She's a real good hobby horse and easy to do anything with, and that's what I need nowadays.
And part of the harness racing community and all the harness racing industry, we thank you on what has been a stellar career in the driving ranks, and let's hope we see those colours to the fore again next season.
Oh, I'm sure they will. There'll be 1 or 2 guys knocking on the door looking for the drive, no doubt.
Pleasure tonight, mate, and enjoy your night.
Thank you.
Yeah, one of the real nice guys in harness racing, Dane Alexander, and this race named after him, the Farewell Dane Alexander Mobile Pace. Been driving for over 62 years, he tells me off camera, and their first win on the grass at Amberley. Aaron White, quite amazing. No photo finish. Told the stipendiary steward that he won the race. Clearly he got beat, but he got the money anyway. Aaron's not there. One of your old favourites, You Better You Bet. Start 70 tonight for Ray Darby. It's been thereabouts, and at least he gets a good draw tonight.
Yeah, she's got a good draw to work with. She's honest. There's probably always a few in there that are a bit better. She didn't actually go too bad last start, so we don't get too far back on the mark, as she's probably a rough first 4 chance anyway.
Yeah, you bet at around about $35 for Todd McFarlane. Of course, Todd drove Harry Soul to win for Dave McGowan 2 races ago. Aaron, why does it come to you talking about Dane Alexandra? He's a likeable fella and he's enjoying driving at 80 years of age, and he said, listen, he could continue on, but wants to give the younger fellas a decent go, but he'll continue on in the training ranks next season.
And he's a dab hand when it comes to training the horses too, isn't he, Dane? And good luck to him here with Idealistic. Let's hope she can do the job at 13-3. For Dane, I went 6, 8, 7 and 3. Chevron's Easy. Boy, that was a nice win last week, beating home Everlasting Grace after doing all the work outside the race favourite that night. Jay Abernathy up for a performance incentive bonus tonight. So the runners in behind. The yellow bar arm for the Farewell Dane Alexander Mobile Pace. You bet's drawn down on the inside. Will Desire has drawn alongside as they swing into the lane. 2 1/4 laps under the ribbon of lights. Dane Alexander and Idealistic outside of the second. Green light is up in the Farewell Dane Alexander Mobile Pace. And rushing off the arm, Benny in the Jet. Chevron's Easy looking to come forward, then Will Desire. You bet. Idealistic's got a tidy enough run through from the second line. Corroboree to her inside. Then Turnbull's Party Rage is back in the field. Norvik Ruby, Everlasting Grace has been restrained to last. Chevron's Easy takes it up for Jay Abernathy by a couple over Benny in the Jets. There's 3 lengths. You bet. Will Desires up over on the outside of Corroboree. Idealistic early 1-1, 2 lengths Turnbulls, then Party Rage. Norvik Ruby second last, Everlasting Grace the last as they pace through the back. Chevron's Easy by 2. Benny in the Jets is second, and You Bet is third, and Corroboree fourth. And against the marker line, Will Desires first cutting the breeze in fifth for Ben Butcher with Idealistic 1-1. Then Turnbull's Kyle Marshall on the back of Dane Alexander. They're followed then by Party Rage, Norvik Ruby, and Everlasting Grace. The lead time in 45.3. They sweep across the showgrounds turn. Chevron's Easy, ears pricked, lead still by 2. Benny in the Jets, and 3 back the inside. You bet. Will Desire as Turnbull starts a 3 wide claim. Corroboree 4 back on the inside. Then Idealistic. Race favourite Party Rage and the Chief David Butcher back third last. Ideal on its back is Norvik Ruby in the hands of James Stormont. And last is Everlasting Grace Philip Butcher. 34-9 the opening quarter. Chevron's Easy, the better's delight near. Judge Bell 1 to go, strides into the final circuit over Turnbull's the outside, and Benny in the Jets, lovely run in the trail. 1-1 is Will Desire, You Bet, 3 back on the inside, Idealistic, a half a dozen lengths off the lead, 900 out, then Corroboree as they put the stables behind them. Party Rage well back in the field, Everlasting Grace on the inside of Norvik Ruby, 800 to go, 32-3 was the next quarter. Chevron's Easy, she's had it very easy in front. Leads a length Turnbulls. Benny and the Jets will wait the passing lane. Will Desire 1-1. You Bet locked away. 3 back on the inside. All dressed up. Nowhere to go. Then Idealistic midfield. Corroboree, Party Rage. Everlasting Grace. Norvik Ruby. 500 to go. Speed on now. Chevron's Easy a length and a quarter. Turnbulls. Benny and the Jets back on the inside. Back straight quarter. 28.4. These back markers will have to get into the race. I don't think they can. The sprinters really on. They're followed by Will Desire. You bet, Idealistic and Party Rage, homeward bound. Chevron's Easy, Turnbulls, 2 lengths, Benny and the Jets, You bet, Will Desire, Idealistic, Party Rage. Chevron's Easy in front. Turnbulls gamely comes to it on the outside. Chevron's Easy, Turnbulls on the outside. Chevron's Easy. Jay Abernathy's stolen it. Chevron's Easy gets a performance incentive bonus as well. Second, Turnbull's Photos third. Benny and the Jet on the inside of Will Desire out wide of Party Rage, and they were followed by Norvik Ruby. You bet back in the field, Idealistic. Farewell Dane, further back then to Corroboree. And Everlasting Grace to be one of the last, and 249.1 home and 28 the final half, and 56.4. That's why the back markers couldn't get into it. Chevron's Easy, a 45-3 lead up. First quarter, 34-9, 32-3. You may have well got in the line at the 800 metre mark with Chevron's Easy, the Better's Delight mare, Too Good, Turnbull's Nice Run, and Benny and the Jet Sailor Shabanathy just third in front of Will Desire. Party Rage has made up nice ground in the home straight, considering where she was on a slickly run last 800 metres. Chevron's Easy, Shabanathy, they strike in the farewell Dane Alexandra mobile pace.
Official placings, race 8, the Farewell Dane Alexander mobile pace. 634 2510. 634 2510. Horse 6, Chevron's Easy, pace the 2200 metres in 249.08. It's a mile rate of 23.6. Last 856.5 in the 428. The margins 1 3/4 lengths, 1 1/2 lengths, a nose. 634 2510. Race 8. Farewell Dane Alexander mobile pace.
Chevron's Easy gets a performance incentive bonus tonight, hence the fanfare there when 4 at start 29, third success here at Alexandra Park. Alan Pyers along with Ms. T.M. Benham, the owners. Jay Abernathy trained at Papakura. Jay doing the driving. Small Car World Limited, the breeders of the Better's Delight. Anvil's Never Easy, 4-year-old bay mare. Gordon Robertson down there, part of the victory celebrations for the Auckland Trotting Club. Race night steward of the Auckland Trotting Club. We will have a presentation to Dane Alexander very, very shortly. 3 Turnbulls, second, a game run. Got to go collect 3-year-old bay gelding at a Highlands, raced by Mrs. K.M. Yardley along with Mrs. L.M. Neal. Andrew and Lynn Neal trained at Cambridge, and Kyle Marshall. And 4 Benny and the Jets, Jeremy's Jet, Fleeting Moment, 4-year-old bay gelding. Merviba Limited, K.F. Neville and RB Guys, the owners. Andrew Grant trained at Dairy Flat, and Salish Abernathy. Totes will see Chevron's Easy return 260 the win, 150 the place, 260 and $1.50. 3 Turnbulls at $2.90, 290, and 4 Benny and the Jets at $4.80, 480. The Quinella $26.20, 26.20. The trifecta $402.60, 402.60, and the first 4 $2,949.10. 2,949.10. 3 and 6 in the double New Year's J and Chevron's Easy, $4.70, 4.70. The 3 and 3 concession with Turnbulls at $5.30, 5.30. And a pick 6 tonight has been struck. And there were 34.72 winning units in pick 6, $2,023.40, 2,023.40, 34.72. 161346. A lovely moment down there in the victory circle, ladies and gentlemen. Dane Alexander getting a photo taken with his last drive, and that been on Idealistic. He'll continue to train the odd 1 or 2 paces and trotters as well. Race 9, the second to last on the card tonight, the White Associates mobile pace. Race 9 on the card tonight is the White Associates mobile pace, and they all start the early favourite there. 3.10, 2.10.
Was a bit slow away, wasn't too far away, finishing 4th in that same race that Americano picked up. And Kirkham Jack out there in the 7 goes okay from the wide draws. Filler's Duty, Mighty Twist on the verge of a downgrade, got that recent rise to Class 1, couldn't cash in with that win, 4 starts back, and then missed out in that bonus Class 1 win, then came up to Class 2. Has been a bit slow away in that first race, and then last time out found trouble. Has been freshened up and in a fresh state, and will be a downgrade for Darcy and Kelly here with Mighty Twist unless she can go a big race of fresh up. From the 4, and Rosie Fosey out wide showed plenty of promise earlier on in her career, and hopefully she can get back to some sort of form. She's a 4-race winner, and hopefully she can find that form that she was showing when she kicked her career off. All up there for the Pella Mountain Scientific Nutrition for the Class 2s. Will this be win number 600 for Lisa Ahern? 400, shall I say. Here comes the lure, ready and racing, and off the inside Americano jumped out well there with Mighty Twist, and Johnny Bruce is also going up and even wide ahead of Kirkham Jack and Rosie Fosey. There was trouble there. Now getting a run through is Opawa Math, also just in behind Mighty Twist. Out the back now Kyla Rose goes back with Brilliant Jada. They go for home. Americano in front and comes away from Opawa Math. Then we go to Kirkham Jack, then back to Johnny Bruce. Not too far away. Mighty Twist was getting home okay. Bit of trouble across the top. And then on crossing to Brilliant Jayla, Kyla Rose and Rosie Fosey. Half price drinks. Only one race to go. Americano gets a win for Lisa Ahern. Tell you what, Johnny Bruce gave plenty across the top. And the one just drove up on the inside, Americano, and it picks up the bonus, a Class 2 win. Well done to Lisa Ahern and Brendan Cole, bringing up win number 400. 1 to beat the 3, 7 and 5, all the odd numbers. No time through as yet. Here it is, 17.96 just coming through, and Americano for Lisa Ahern, win 6 off 12, has that 50% winning strike rate, and the bonus a Class 2 victory. The times up on the board look to be wrong, so we won't worry about the times, but the overall time is 17.96. 2.5, 2 1/4, 1 1/4. Margins are all good. And Americano from the 3 Opawa Math getting home well, improving on that to third performance last week. And Kirkham Jack will grab the third money for Liz Dirty over the 5 Johnny Bruce, who showed that early speed. 1, 3, 7 and 5 in race number 11. Not too far away with the result coming through, but shortly. Race 12, book your function, a hat trick for the Class 3s. And that one will be timed to go at 9.56. We take out the 6 Cranky Pants, and Botany Win will get a start from box 6. Result here, Americano, 160, 120. Opawa Math, $1.80. Kirkham Jack, $2.60. 1 and 3 Cornella, 5.80. 137 Trifecta, 37.30. 1375 First 4, $130.40. Special night for Lisa Ahern, picks up the 400. Also picking up a Sprinter of the Year with Subic Bay. So our next live race to go on trackside 1. We'll be back to Addington for race number 9 on the program, and we'll take a look at the market for that. And in a fairly open market for this one, Hilarious Magic for Rick May comes up favourite in a loose market, 460, 180. Franco Tristan at 5s and 185, and support 2 for Time Traveller around that $7 mark. Lakeisha, $8, and also Missimi Mate, number 16, around that $8 price as well. We'll take a break here on trackside 1. On the other side, back to Greg O'Connor at Addington.
Looking for your best Christmas party yet? With thrilling racing action, live entertainment and fresh festive food, host the season at Christmas at the Races. Inquire, book, party sorted. Christmas at the Races packages are on sale now, so get in quick. Go to theraces.co.nz.
Ruffy today, 16-1. Now that's what I call a Ruffy.
Mercy Cherie on the inside. Colby Royal coming back. Bono.
I know it's rough. It's by Tavistock though. Is Stock Take. Left-handed, rain-affected track. Last race, 3 kilo claim.
Stock Take. Stock Take wins the last.
We'll keep an eye on this one. Club's Choice. It just loves to lead. It's 61s and 10s. Oh.
Club's Choice exploded out of the barrier and leads all of the way. Club's Choice by 2.5.
Two to go here at Addington Raceway, and the runners on the track for the last. Hope your night's been going well and you've backed a couple of winners and maybe even snared a wee piece of that couple of $1,000 Terminator to complete the July running of the Turbo Terminators. What do we like in this one? Well, it's a very even go. It's a 1.25 mile stand, Brian Rabbit special, as I often refer to it as. You need to step, and if you don't, you're not in it. Simple as that. Franco Tristan's trialled up okay. Look, I wouldn't say that he's just a line up and win type horse first up, and perhaps not from barrier 1 either, but if he steps and puts himself there, he's a chance. Time Traveller's racing well. Well-bred 2-year-old by Mark 3. Had a timeless perfection that would be. Crandall Giddy and John Dunn. Lykeisha's a recent addition to the Robbie Holmes barn, formerly with Jeff and Judith Knight, and actually trialled up very nicely at Ashburton. Got home in 57.27. I know that's pretty stock standard for there, but yeah, trialled nice enough. $8. Been a shorter from $12 too, so there's money there. Hilarious Magic, Rick May, Paul Court. Rock and Roll Hanover 2-year-old, who was good on debut when second behind the publisher, had shown form against some pretty smart juveniles. Don't mind the chances of Benji Mara. He's clearly going to win a race. He's had 3 runs, the far lap. Nice effort first up behind Cruisy Dude, who's been a winner again. Then was third here behind Iso Seishin. That was on the 15th. And then at Rangiora, hit the line strongly behind Gunner. Manners for the Colin and Julie DeFilippi horses are always very good. And this one's shown so far that the wide draw won't be an issue. Just the 9 off the front here, with the late scratching, I think it was, of Rocketeer. There's the 14 in the book, Baden Tyre, Gavin Smith, colt by Real Desire, who's had the 3 runs. Latest of those was behind Extreme Guest, who's got a good race in the junior drivers race tonight, wins second, and does have a wee bit of support, 11s and $3.90. Just back to Lykeisha, of course Robbie Holmes with a strong hand of the race with Bionic Man, who's been racing well. Lykeisha's related to Huey Hewitt and Amber Sally, amongst others, so it's got some breeding. Franco Tristan there completing its preliminary. Looks in great order. Craig Thornley and Stephen McRae. Then we get down to the likes of Junior, who's had its chances to win a race, and this horse here, Missin' Me Mate. He's gone 2 cracking races. Second at Oamaru behind Pratis Ideal Darling. Well, it was always going to win a race, and it flashed home that day, as it says in the form line. And then, as Brendan said when we spoke to him earlier, trainer Brendan Hill went even better second up, beaten 2 lengths in that race, won by Extreme Guest, but it was a really good last couple of 100 metres from Missin' Me Mate. Look, I know it's a 2,000 metre stand, and it won't be easy from wide on the back row, but if a few others make mistakes and Kimberly Blakemore is able to get this horse into the right spot, then it can really finish it off nicely. So, yep, it's a definite threat in it. Sweet Lou, supporters of the box seat, of course, the Woodland Stud Pace, 2,000 metres and a carry forward here, just on $1,500 from the previous in the first 4, where the God Botherer upset them in the 5th leg of the Terminator. So just 2 to go here today, Mark Mack, but 8 on Sunday. Pretty good program there. There's a race with the claimers in it there's a bit of interest in too, so some looking potentially for a horse to race in the new season, a ready-made horse. They can get involved there. Yes, Greg, they could. Mark, Mac, are you there? He's ignoring me.
No, hello, I can hear you.
You're here?
Yeah, I've been talking.
Who do?
Well, obviously nobody could. I hear the whole time. 143, that claim is on race number 4.
I'm sure what you've said would have been an outstanding piece of, I don't know, broadcasting.
Most of it was, is this working or not? But anyway, we're up and running now.
Beautiful. Yes, the claimer on Sunday.
Yep, 12.25 the first, 3.56 the last. So it's a pretty quick day of racing here on Sunday. Gallops down the road tomorrow at Ashburton too. So plenty of racing across Canterbury for this weekend. And that shot there pretty much sums up the coolness of the night, doesn't it? Looks like Baden Tyre's on fire.
Yeah, it does. How did you line them up in this one, Mark? Because tricky final quarter stand.
Yeah, I went the 1, Franco Tristan. You just know the Spraden Lodge horses are ready to go when they come to the races, and trial form back in April 2015, it beat Code Black, so they've been patient. Haven't brought it to the races since then, but have taken it to trials in July when 5th behind Clobber and then beat Blue Chip Lad. I just think if he steps off the inside, he might be a little too good for them, Franco Tristan, but it is a stand over the 2,000 metres. 7, Hilarious Magic. He was beaten on his merits at Rangiora last time. 9, Benji Mara, and 16, Missin' Me Mate on that 5th behind Extreme Guest, and also the 2nd, Prada's Ideal Darling at Oamaru, with this back row draw for Missin' Me Mate. Could possibly work out okay as long as it steps and things in front of Missin' Me Mate turn out okay for Kimberly Blakemore and Brenton Hill. So this is the 9th of 10. Mismatch at the start, the 13, Robbie Close and Gavin Burgess. Bionic Man, Stevie Golding the white cap, and Robbie Holmes the black cap on Lakeisha.
Mark, a couple of $1,000 on Franco Tristan at the $5 quote, and mismatch. So with that late scratching, it'll be the widest one on the front row?
Yeah, they won't move up, so just
9 off the front. Yep. Yeah, exactly. All right, we'll leave it with you.
And we're getting pretty close to start time for this 9th race. Also, Hilarious Magic in the Paul Court colours. There's Time Traveller, the 2 horse. John Dunn and Crandall Getty ran 2nd behind Hennity, beaten a length on debut. Then ran 9th behind Freedom Fighter. Was 4.5 lengths behind Whitaker in a strong field last time, and goes to the stand for the 2nd time in its career tonight. Ran 2nd off the stand behind Hennessy at Rangiora on debut. Magical Matty, 2 starts, a shadow play 3-year-old for the Letherby. Scott with the drive, and Darcy's Corner, a Better's Delight mare out of In the Black Corner. Gerard O'Reilly and Peter McClellan combine. This is race 9, Sweet Lou at Woodland Stud Pace. $4.90 Hilarious Magic, $5.40 about number 1. Franco Tristan, Time Traveller, $6.30. The 9 Benji Mara. 2/3 Cruisy Dude, Exosation. The Cruisy Dude form is certainly stacked up, and then was trying to clear traffic when running into 4th behind Gunner last Sunday at Rangiora. Beaten a length and 3/4. Colin and Julie De Philippi prepare the son of Elizmara. Big result in the previous, the God Botherer. He's amassing a good record here at Addington now. 5 starts for 2 wins and a placing. Began well off the mobile and popped to the lead at the top of the straight and then held them safely at bay. Port Delight, filly by Better's Delight. Michael House, the trainer driver, placed 2 from 6. A 3rd to Gunner last time. So Franco Tristan, Time Traveller, Megawatt, Port Delight. Also Bionic Man and Mismatch, Benji Mara. Hilarious Magic and Lakeisha, Baden Tyre. Magic or Matty and Darcy's Corner. And Junior. Moving up, 9th of 10. 2,000 metre stand, late scratching number 11, Rocketeer. Franco Tristan drawn the inside. They get near the tape. Lakeisha backs away, racing. Galloping at the start, Magical Matty. Missin' Me Mate also broke, and Lakeisha came back through the field in a gallop too. And Hilarious Magic, the favourites, up in the air at the start. It's in a bad break too. Lakeisha's certainly out of play, and Hilarious Magic's about to add its name to that list too. Time Traveller leads a length and a half over Megawatt. Leaders back running 3rd, Bionic Man, and Port Delight 4th, a length and a half, Baden Tyre. Franco Tristan fall back the inside from Benji Mara Jr. 2.5 Darcy's Corner, 2 lengths to Mismatch, 2 to Missin' Me Mate, and then Magical Matty and the other 2, Hilarious Magic and also Lakeisha. Their night's over. Around the home turn, the lead time in 1:31.8. Forget the 1:31.8 it was. Time Traveller and John Dunn, joined by Megawatt and Sam Otley, and the White Nose in the Sweet Lou. That'll be an omen tip with the big white blaze of Sweet Lou. And the big white blaze of Megawatt now in control in the Sweet Lou at Woodlands Pace. Leads by 2 on Time Traveller. Bionic Man 3rd, and running 4th, Port Delight, Baden Tyre. Franco Tristan come away from the inside. 2 to Benji Mara. The first quarter was 28.7. Benji Mara's around Mismatch from Junior Magical Matty. Then Darcy's Corner, and next to the inside, Missin' Me Mate, and the other 2 are tailed off, Lakeisha and Hilarious Magic. Turning to the back,
in Time Traveller. Came out of the trail and went around Megawatt. Outside of them parked as Bionic Man, Baden Tyre fourth. 3 back the inside, Port Delight. 1 to Franco Tristan, 3 the running line. Mismatches for the Pigs. 1 length to Benji Mara. It's over on the outside of Magical Maddie from Junior Missin' Me Mate and Darcy's Corner. That's the race with 600 to go. 33 the second quarter, 61.7 for the half, and Time Traveller leads a length on Bionic Man. Megawatt waits on the Terratilla at Pineleaf Farm passing lane from Baden Tyre. Port Delight, Franco Tristan. Then Mismatch, Benji Mara, Magical Maddie, and Junior is next. It's Time Traveller though. 300 metres to go. Leading half a length on a driven up Bionic Man. Megawatt waits its turn. 3 wide Baden Tyre. Then Port Delight, Franco Tristan. 3 wide and 1 back. Time Traveller quickly grabbed by Megawatt and Baden Tyre. Third quarter in 30.6. Franco Tristan wider out, but it's Megawatt and Baden Tyre. Franco Tristan and Benji Mara late. It's still Megawatt in front. Franco Tristan just. Franco Tristan in the last bound has won from either Benji Mara or Megawatt in a busy finish. Baden Tyre fourth, then Mismatch, Port Delight. Next over is Bionic Man and also Missin' Me Mate together from Darcy's Corner. Then Magical Maddie, Junior Time Traveller and Hilarious Magic, and also Lakeisha, the last 2 in. 1 Franco Tristan home in 29.1 to 1.4 for the last mile. Craig Thornley and Steve McRae have timed it to perfection. 5.70 and 2.40. And a great finish. Megawatt looked home. Benji Mara's bobbed up late. She's got to win at him very soon, Benji Mara. As he runs second. Yeah, I think he probably has. Megawatt third, Baden Tyre fourth. And for Spraden Lodge and Brendan Leary, 1 start, 1 win. And he can produce one on debut, can Steve McRae.
He can, and he was beautifully driven, this horse. 3-year-old by McArdle, by Craig Thornley. Actually pinched the spot that Colin De Philippi wanted, but they ran that first quarter in 20, or that first quarter after the opening 400 metres. That'd be the second quarter, Greg, in 28.7, and he was off the bit. He's got pretty close in the end, but Craig Thornley, CD Thornley, gets the win here with Franco Tristan over Benji Mara and Megawatt. That's close for second. And Baden Tyre going another pretty honest sort of race. But the colours of Spraden Lodge get success in the Sweet Lou at Woodland Stud. Yeah, booming late finish, wasn't it, from Benji Mara, but not quite enough to get there. 1 to go here at Addington. Lindau served at Spectators. Mobile pace over the 1950 goes at 4 minutes past 10 o'clock. Judges called.
Second 9, Benji Mara, and third 3, Megawatt. Fourth has gone to 14, Baden Tyre, from 5, Port Delight, and 13, Mismatch. 1, 9, 3, 14, 5, 13. The margins ahead, a nose, a long head, 1 length. Winner's time was 2:33.3, a mile rate of 2:03.3. The last 859.3, last 428.9.
So confirmation there that the team in behind Franco Tristan gets success in our second to last here at Addington. But time for us to head back to Alexandra Park, where the man who's done the business there all season is none other than Craig the Whale Thompson. Craig, looking forward to your next. I thought a pretty even sort of a go, so best analyst in the business, better help us out.
Thanks, Greg. Looking forward to your last there tonight. Of course, Stars Align taking on the nice trial performer there about a fortnight ago from the Robert Dunn team, and got to go Yohu. So it's going to be a good race. Stars Align beaten in its last 2 starts, one of them by Whitaker, but gee, it's been good. It'll be a good race, the last there at Addington tonight. Our second last for the Class 1 and 2 paces. Small field, but there's a bit of depth in it. Favourite is Zach Maguire on the fixed odds, 273.10 the tote. Just in front of Trilogy, 293.20. A lot of money on Stunning Shadow here on the tote, $593.40, $16 the book. You could have got $31 last night. We'll get that result from Addington out of the road, then we'll talk to Todd McFarlane. Franco Tristan, 572.40. Benji Mara, 220. Megawatt, 480. Cornelis, 26.20. Trifecta, $530. And the first four numbers, 1, 9, 3 and 14, $4,432.40. Addington, race 9, taken out by the Craig Thornley-driven Franco Tristan. Todd McFarlane, he's had a pretty good night tonight. He's had those colours on already, winning on Harry's Soul. He drives Stunning Shadow in race number 9. Todd, Stunning Shadow, his form line is probably a little bit misleading because I thought he's been racing very well without a lot of luck.
Yeah, he has. You know, they've been quite good fields he's been up against, and he's been running on in all of them and finding the line quite nicely. Last start he didn't have much room at the top of the lane, and he ran home and into a pocket and found the line quite good. He's probably one of those ones he probably needs the right run, but if he does get the right run, he might surprise a few.
Is he a horse, Todd, I noticed in the racing, he's probably not the most tractable horses. He once he gets in a straight line, he's pretty good, but around the bends he can be a little bit rough?
He can be, but in saying that, he probably has got better each start. First start back, he was pretty awful around the first bend and that sort of thing, but he is getting better.
One of those horses tonight that you'd want to put on your first horse?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think you want to leave him out anyway.
Yes, I actually put him on top, Stunning Shadow. I thought his last two runs, last start he set parked outside Bronze Over the whole way, the entire 2,200 metres. He never gave it up, ran 5th there. Bronze Over's gone on to win again tonight. Just a nice roughie tonight. Horse number 5, Stunning Shadow. Dave and Claire McGowan, Todd McFarlane aboard. I thought Zach Maguire's been racing super right throughout the season. Deserved that win at Cambridge last start. I know it was in an easier field, but he did it pretty easily. David Butcher aboard, and just feel in the last 2 or 3 months, mentally and physically, he's getting a little bit stronger, Zach Maguire. So I think you've got to have him in. The Big Mac's a nice 2-year-old. Only had a couple of starts. First up at Manawatu, he slayed them there. I know Manawatu form's not Alexandra Park form, but gee, he ran a 55 half here one night at the park coming from a mile back. And last week he had to go back from a bad draw. Tonight he gets barrier 2. Phil Butcher trying to get that to that magical 50 wins for the season. And Big Mac gives him a good chance here. Third favourite at $7. And Trilogy, I put my top 4. 5th and a 4th. It's on the improve from 2 runs back from a spell. And improved with each run. 320, 220 on the tote. Son of American Ideal. Scott Phelan takes the drive. For me, I went 5, 4, 2 and 6. Good field this. Tony Hurley will drive runner number 7, Urban Tiger. Brett Mangos away at the moment. 790, 270 for it. Wanganui Dogs is hard on the back of this, so get your investments on. Stole My Wallet, 380 is your fixed odds favourite in front of Corborn Butsy, $4. And Let's Go Sprite in the black rug from box number 7 at $4.20. The ballot gets in. We'll start from box number 6, Botany Win, at 9.
On the card, they're in behind the Alabar Arm for the 9th on the program tonight. So you swing into the lane, 2 and a quarter laps, and we're just about set. The White Associates mobile, the green light is there. And they're underway. Zach Maguire comes off the arm nicely with Trilogy. Back on the inside, Formula 1, then Urban Tiger. Stunning Shadow will settle back 3rd last. Armour Blue Chip Boy, Big Mac the last pair on the stables corner their first time. And Zach Maguire wants the lead. David Butcher will hold up, dropping down to the trail is Trilogy. Formula 1 at this stage in 3rd. Now off stride out the back there was Stunning Shadow. Getting underneath it was Big Mac. In 4th is Urban Tiger as they turn up into the back. Then Armour Blue Chip Boy, Big Mac and Stunning Shadow. He's back down and pacing, but clearly last. Through the back they go. Zach Maguire, the son of Better's Delight, and the Chief David Butcher. They get to the lead time and post that in 42.2. He'll look to button the speed off with no pressure. In the trail is Trilogy. Formula 1 is 3rd. Then Urban Tiger as they turn off the back and work the showgrounds turn. Back in the field then to Armour Blue Chip Boy, Big Mac and Stunning Shadow is the last. So Zach Maguire brings Brings them across the top 1,300 metres out from the judge. A length and a half Trilogy. Scott Phelan, Lovely Drag in the trail. Away from the markers, Formula 1, James Stormont now to sit parked. So the Iceman jumps into the 1-1 with Urban Tiger. Stunning Shadow, Todd McFarlane taking up the leeway on the pegs. Then Armour Blue Chip Boy and the Magic Man, Morris McHenry. And Philip Butcher and Big Mac is last 33-3 was the opening quarter. So 42-2 the lead up. He's got away with a very cheap first quarter here as Zach Maguire. Still no real pressure going into him as they stride onto the stables corner, their final time. Formula 1 the outside with Trilogy trailing and Urban Tiger 1-1. Stunning Shadow 3 back the inside. Then Armour Blue Chip Boy a length and a half Big Mac. He's the last with 800 metres left to pace in the White Associates Mobile. Into the back they go. Zach Maguire second quarter, 31-3. Leads by a length over Formula 1. Trilogy's had the drop on Zach Maguire throughout. In the 1-1 Urban Tiger, then Stunning Shadow back on the inside. There followed Armour Blue Chip Boy. Big Mac the last. Zach Maguire off the back. Onto the Showgrounds turn final time. DJB's got a full handful of horse here too over Formula 1 the outside. Trilogy looks the main danger to the leader. Back straight quarter and 28. Urban Tiger's about to pounce out of the 1-1, and then Armour Blue Chip Boy. Zach Maguire though travels beautifully onto the corner. Trilogy's about to get the passing lane now. Zach Maguire's put 2 on him. Urban Tiger getting to the outside. Formula 1 Armour Blue Chip Boy. Zach Maguire, the chief said go. He went bang. Zach Maguire, he's 5 in front. Urban Tiger. Zach Maguire, easy win down to the line. Scores by 4. Urban Tiger. Big Mac up for third. Armour Blue Chip Boy fourth. Trilogy every chance. Then Stunning Shadow. He cost himself with that early gallop, and Formula 1 won't finish on the podium to end out the season. He's finished last, 28-4, 56-5 was the last 800 metres. Well, he took plenty of confidence out of that Cambridge win, did Zach Maguire. Another performance incentive bonus struck tonight. 2:43.5 was the time. DJB the chief for easy win for Zach Maguire. Urban Tiger best of the rest, and Big Mac will be the third across, and then Armour Blue Chip.
Official placings, race 9, the White Associates Mobile Pace, 472-165, 472-165. Horse 4, Zach Maguire, paced the 2,200 metres and 243.46, 243.46. A mile rate of 159.5, last 856.5 and the 428.4. Margins 3 3/4 lengths, 1 3/4 lengths, 1 length, 472-165, race 9, White Associates Mobile Pace.
Zach Maguire back at the head of the field with the performance incentive bonus, as we heard with the fanfare playing there. Career win 4 at start 29, his third success here at Alexandra Park. Raced by Lincoln Farms Limited, IA Middleton, along with the Beulah Bell Syndicate, M. Letton, Margaret, along with Brian Rabbit, D. James and MJ Brereton. Congratulations to you. Lovely win, easy win it was. Ray Green, the preparer out of Pukekohe, and David the Chief Butcher back at the head of the field after the White Associates Mobile Pace. Andrew Newlands and the team down there, part of the victory celebrations. Roger Barnes, race night steward of the Auckland Trotting Club, also in attendance. So Ray and Diana Kennedy, the breeders of Zach Maguire, too strong in the 9th on the card. Urban Tiger, 7 for second. A Better's Delight Tiger, Dion Bay, 3-year-old colt. Mrs. PL along with L.A. Turner, KR Shadbolt, M.A. Hanson, the owners. Brent Mangos trained at Pookie. Tony Hurley, 2 Big Mac, running out the race strongly. Mark 3, 2-year-old Bay Gelding, Outback Girl. SM Robertson, along with Miss GM Woolston, BP Boyd and AG Mason. Logan Holler, Scott Robinson, trained out of Pukekohe, and Shane Robinson, of course, and Philip Butcher doing the driving there. The totes in the 9th on the card. And Zach Maguire, $3.20 and $1.70, $3.21.70. 7 Urban Tiger, $3 even, 3 even, no third for 2 Big Mac. Quinella, $7.90, $7.90 trifecta, $71.10, $71.10. First 4, $375.60, $375.60.
Just not holding out the reserve Botany Win, and Let's Go Sprite will grab third over the 3 Corborn Butsy, going another honest race. Botany Win by Power Up by Winsome Power out of Kaz Raz, and it takes out the last 1 1/4, 2 lengths, and that third margin just leaving us ahead. Forget the times if you're having a look at the semaphore board. 1 1/4, 2 lengths ahead. That's accurate. But the times are all over the place, but the winning time is 17.72 in the last. We'll wrap that result up very shortly. It has been a very special night for Lisa Ahern, picking up 400 wins, and also Sprinter of the Year with Subic Bay was one of those wins. And no doubt we'll head off to Manukau on Sunday with a good team in there at Auckland. So still 2 races to go on trackside. One from Addington and Alexandra Park. We'll wrap up our last race here now at Hat-Trick Raceway. Botany Win $10, $2.60. Stole Me Wallet at $1.50, and Let's Go Sprite $1.80. 8-9 Quinella $15.50. 987 Trifecta $120.10. 9873 First 4 $640.10. Also wrapped up the double. The double will pay 1 and 9 at $15.40. 1-8 concession at $2.50. The treble 2, 1 and 9, $42.80. 7219 quaddie. Not too bad if you found Botany Win, $234.40. And tonight's place 6 fairly straightforward at $6. Wrapping up the divvies and our meeting and the season for the Wanganui Greyhound Racing Club. Well done to the club on a wonderful season. As we head off to Addington for the last time, thanks for your company throughout the night to Greg, and also on behalf of the team here, a big thanks to the whole team, and looking forward to the new season here on Wednesday, kicking off that new season. As I say, a very good evening to you all. To you also, Greg. Enjoy your weekend, and Stars Align, hot favourite in your next.
Yeah, thanks for that, Daryl. Good 2-horse battle here. Trial form versus race day form. Got to go Yahoo. Very good at the trials recently, including a Mott workout win home in 55 and 27. Gee, they don't do that very often at Motukarara. 55.4, 27.3. Anyway, they only went 250 for the 2200, but that's still pretty impressive sectionals by Big Jim, this 2-year-old, with Robert Dunn. Here's John doing the driving, and Stars Align, who's been shorter from 185 now to 155, several bets on it, and the bookmakers suggesting that a stack of multis are on it, finishing on Stars Align, and half a stack of multis finishing on Gotta Go Yahoo. So maybe some hedging of the bets there in some respects. Over in Australia, big win by Our Regal Love for the Brecon Farms Top 10 syndicate. Ken and Karen Brecon won a 2-year-old mobile trot by 45 metres. Goes to Redwood Day in the Breeders' Crown. Should be pretty competitive, you would think, on that sort of form, as these runners complete their preliminaries for the last. And there is Gotta Go Yahoo, raced by the Mackays, and of course the estate of the late Miss Sharon Mackay. And looks ready to run a race tonight. I think Stars Align will beat it. The sliding blinds on tonight. Natalie Rasmussen looking for 2 from 2. The All-Stars 3 from 3. And this Art Major 2-year-old has plenty of ability. The second behind Luciano Good. I mean, we know how well he's racing. And Whitaker, who finished second in the Breeders' Crown heat behind Pacing Major. That's a good form line as well. So I think you'll win the last if you played into any of the multiples. Of course, you've needed the upset winner, which was the God Botherer in race 8, whether it started treble or the quaddie. I can tell you quaddie-wise, they only want 2, as is the case, obviously, with the market. The 1, Mr. Handelman, the 4, the God Botherer, 1, Franco Tristan. 2,389 with Stars Align, 4,549 with Gotta Go Yahoo. Up to you, Mr. McNamara, before the last. Which camp are you in?
Gotta Go Yahoo. Yahoo?
Yahoo.
Yahoo. Gotta Go Woohoo's a galloper. I'd double take when I saw 55 for that last half at Mocha Carrara on the all-weather.
Look, I'm not going to question who timed or anything like that, but they didn't go close to being a record there. They wouldn't go that very often. I mean, I know overall the mile rate there was about a 2.8 or a 2.9, might even be slower than that, but that's exceptional for a maiden. I know it's a 2-year-old, nearly 3, but... Yeah.
57, you're thinking that's pretty fast around there, so 55.
Yeah, that's fair hiking. Anyway, we'll see if that stacks up here, because I think he's quite smart, Stars Align. We'll see though. Good battle.
It does, and the 2's not hopeless either. Hayden Galway won't be a maiden trainer for too long.
No, won a very good race here last time, Mark, and is drawn obviously to get the best run.
It is indeed, and flew home to run 3rd behind Madison's Desire. This is harder, but does have a good draw to work with tonight. Starting off the inside, carrying the 2. This is the last. Lindauer served at Spectators Mobile Pace. It'll be served again on Sunday during the race meeting here at the Addington Raceway to wind up the season. Sansi comes in, Gotta Go Yahoo. Air Pocket, Stars Align. Kachina, Angel of Destiny. Favourite, $1.70, Stars Align. $2.50, Gotta Go Yahoo. Final race. Scratching Crystal Slipper. 8 to run. Angel of Destiny getting into her unruly spot. The others make a reasonably good line. Last of the 10. Racing. Hannah Extreme was right on the gate and is going to lead. Stars Align, Air Pocket both away well. Gotta Go Yahoo 4th early from Classy Margaret inside of Sansi, then Kachina. And Angel of Destiny is a length and a half away last. It Stars Align by 2 lengths over Air Pocket. Leaders back Hannah Extreme and Classy Margaret, 3 back the Pegs. A length and a half to Gotta Go Yahoo, 2 to Sansi, 2 lengths Kachina. And Angel of Destiny down next to the inside. It Stars Align with Natalie Rasmussen and 1,400 to go. 23.5 for the lead time. Favourites out by a length and a half. Hannah Extreme 2nd, Classy Margaret 3rd, and Air Pocket dropped to the inside. This is going to leave Gotta Go Yahoo parked around Angel of Destiny. Sansi is 2nd last and a length and a half to Kachina back at the tail. Down to the winning post with a round to go. And Stars Align leads over Hannah Extreme. Classy Margaret 3rd, Gotta Go Yahoo's a neck away 4th. And 4 back the Pegs now Air Pocket. Sansi's on the back of the 2nd, favourite in the running line from Angel of Destiny and Kachina last on the outer.
The first quarter 31.6 over near the 1,000-metre peg goes Stars Align. Favourite leads a length and a half, Hannah Extreme, and Gotta Go Yahoo's an away third. 3 back the inside is Classy Margaret, and ahead to Sansi, then Kachina. 4 back the inside, Air Pocket, and a length and a half to Angel of Destiny, 800 to go. Stars Align by a length. Second, Gotta Go Yahoo, and Hannah Extreme is having the run in the trail behind the leader. Length and a half away, fourth, Sansi from Classy Margaret. They've just increased the speed now. And then Kachina from Air Pocket, and 2 lengths, Angel of Destiny, 600 to go. 32.9 the second quarter, 64.5 for the half, and Stars Align leads a length and a half. Hannah Extreme, Gotta Go Yahoo, just lost about a neck or so coming off the back, given a tap with the rain, and it did respond. Classy Margaret fourth, and then Sansi. It's Stars Align leading by a length over Gotta Go Yahoo. He's green, but the leader travelling better at the moment. Then Hannah Extreme and Classy Margaret, third quarter in 29.3. Stars Align leads a length and a half. Now 2 Gotta Go Yahoo, Hannah Extreme and Classy Margaret, but Stars Align, 75 metres to go, opens right up, and it's 3 for the All-Stars. Stars Align, well named, and a good way for them to finish the season. Stars Align has beaten Gotta Go Yahoo, Hannah Extreme third, Classy Margaret fourth, then Kachina, Angel of Destiny, Air Pocket and Sansi. Stars Align, number 7, Natalie Rasmussen, has won race number 10 in easy fashion. $1.60 and $1. 5 Gotta Go Yahoo second is going to pay $1.20, and 3 Hannah Extreme $2.40 to round out the top 3. Enjoyed a good run in the lead. Second horse was green, but never a danger. And for Phil and Glynis Kennard, double for them. Phil and Margaret Crichton, Gavin Douglas and Kevin Risley, 26.5 on the way home. 2 minutes, 0.3 for the last mile. Thanks to Al for all of the sectional times this evening. That has been racing tonight, Gregory, and normal transmission for the All-Stars has resumed. 3 in a fitting way for them to finish a fine season. Of course, we've got racing here on Sunday, but Stars Align smashes them in the last. Good evening to you and everyone.
Yeah, thanks for your help, Mark. Bolton took the race by the scruff of the neck. Natalie Rasmussen 2 from 2 tonight, and tied in the Stonewall Star Drivers' Challenge with Ricky May, who was the favourite if you took the any other option. Natalie was part of that. It was $5.50 when it opened, so you'll get half that dividend. Too good for them. Stars Align, the art major, owned by the Kennards, the Crichtons, Gavin Douglas and Kevin Risley. They've owned many good horses. They've got another smarty here. A win 1 at start number 3. Gotta Go Yahoo. He's got a really good race. He's beat the others just as easily, but he was no match for Stars Align. Here's the judges' call.
Stars Align. Second, 5 Gotta Go Yahoo. And third, 3 Hannah Extreme. Fourth has gone to 2 Classy Margaret. From 9 Angel of Destiny, and 8 Kachina. 7, 5, 3, 2, 9, 8. The margins 5 lengths, 9 lengths, a neck 2.5 lengths. The winner's time was 2:23.8, a mile rate of 1:58.6. The last 855.4. Last 426.3, and good night from the judges' box.
And thank you to Mark Gallagher, as the result is about to come to us. Natural on the last at 250, the favourite there. That's 131 for the season for the All-Stars team. And Natalie Rasmussen, the successful driver with Stars Align. 160 and $1. Gotta Go Yahoo, 120. Hannah Extreme, 240. $1.20, the Quinella of the night. 7.80, the trifecta. 7.532, first 4. Paid 18.40. Double, treble, quaddy in place 6, all completed as follows. 1.7 double, 8.90. Franco Tristan in the first leg, 1.5 concession, 5.60. 686.30. That's with the 4, the God Botherer. And with the 1, Mr. Handelman of the quaddy, 2,389.60. Place 6 tonight, $39.10. That's 10 races down. Still 8 to go, of course, on Sunday out of harness headquarters here in the south at Addington. And that was the pick 6, the Terminator result there for you too. On behalf of Michael Preem, the hard-working crew here on a rather cool evening at Addington Raceway, Craig Thompson and everyone tuned in, bid you all a very good evening.
Yeah, thank you, Greg O'Connor. Enjoy your coverage with Mark Mack there tonight from Addington Raceway. Yeah, the All-Star team, 3 from 3 tonight. Stars Align wins the last at Addington. We're only about 3 minutes out from our last here at Alexandra Park. Natural is a short price favourite on the fixed odds anyway, 250, 330 the tote. George, Todd McFarlane trains. We'll talk to him very shortly. Robert Argue takes the drive in the junior drivers race, $3, 280. And Franco Nadal, $6.50 on the book, $6.20 on the tote. Todd McFarlane, he trains the joint favourite George. I caught up with him earlier in the night, and this is what he had to say. Todd, you'll run a George in the last. He's won 2 of his last 4. He's doing a very good job. Understanding you've given him a trial for tonight about a fortnight ago?
Yeah, I did. Wasn't quite happy with him. He didn't go quite as good as I hoped. He had a bit of a gallop, but in the interim he's worked along really nicely, and this race fitted in quite nice, and I'm fortunate to get Robert Argue on. He's driven a few trotters, and he'll handle him well, and it's a race where I think he's a big chance.
It is for the junior drivers. Manners wise, is he starting to learn the game?
He is. He's a bit of a rogue when he started out, but with racing he's got better and better, and his manners are pretty good now.
Has he surprised you, or has you always thought he's had the ability to win 3 or 4?
Probably each time I lined him up, he probably just got a little bit better. Each start, he's probably taken that next step. So I just hope he keeps continuing to do that.
Mate, you've got 4 or 5 good chances tonight. All the best.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I'd like to thank our interview subjects tonight. We had Tom McFarlane there talking about a few of his drives, and he had a pretty good night, picking up a win with Harry Soul. Of course, Arnold Donnelly, Quinell had an earlier race, and Zach Butcher picked up wins with Arden's Choice and, of course, New Year's J. Nice to have Dane Alexander on camera tonight too, of course. Dane having his final drive here at the park on Idealistic. He'll be back next season as a trainer, but giving us away his driver's licence after tonight. No trotting at Alexandra Park next Friday night, so no racing in the headquarters. Cambridge on Thursday night. Aaron White, as I come to you, I'm going to go on holiday for a couple of weeks, so we'll leave it with you for Cambridge next Thursday night. The last tonight here at the park. Natural looks hard to beat. I did think Franco Nadal on his best behaviour would be hard to beat, and I know the old trackside crew had a bit of a share in Dunker until about 3 or 4 weeks ago. $25. Michael Blakemore might be a roughie if you're having a bad night.
Yeah, I went 2, 4, 1 and 5. I went the way of Natural. The last couple of placings have been okay. Jack McKinnon, Robert Dunn. The 4, George. He did have the measure of Natural, albeit over the 2,200 metres back in late April. We'll put in the 1 special flight fitter for its fresh up Cambridge assignment last week. And Larch has run some nice races here. Ben Butcher sitting on 49 career successes, so it'd be good to see him bring up his 50th career winner tonight on Larch here in the last on the card. 2, 4, 1 and 5. As you can see, only 6 minutes out from Singapore there, Craig. You enjoy your holiday. A couple of weeks away. Of course, we're not back here until the 12th of August. What was your performance of season 2015-16 out of the park, Craig?
Oh, there was a few, Aaron. I thought Have Faith in Me's Auckland Cup win was quite spectacular. The time wasn't great, but the manner that he won the race, and of course he went on prior to win the Chariots of Fire and Miracle Mile. He was a super performance winning the Auckland Cup, and of course I thought Mombay's Group 1 wins at Alexandra Park were quite spectacular. There was many performances. Lazarus had a wonderful season. Of course, those harness racing awards, Aaron, on this weekend, so it'll be very interesting to see who gets the Horse of the Year award.
They will, between those fabulous 4-year-olds, Have Faith in Me and also Monbay. Yeah, one of the performances of the year, of course, Piccadilly Princess. I thought her Oaks win in the Pascoes of the Jewellers Oaks over Golden Goddess was pretty good. I think they broke the national record that night as well. And Spanish Armada's domination. We don't see too many 2-year-olds dominate the way she did here at Alexandra Park, taking all of the feature races. Here we go for the last race of the season. Ignite Architects Handicap Trot and the Barrier Strands Release. And they're underway. Dunker just caught on the back foot, down and trotting. Larch, the same could be said there, will settle second last. As George went to the lead, he's galloped though for Robert Argue. Coming forward, Speedy Earl, and up on the outside, the Scruff. Natural up ahead with Special Flight off the front tape have made good beginnings. So, as I say, that Natural's now galloped. So the 2 favourites have put in early gallops here. Special Flight comes through to lead, and now Speedy Earl's gone off stride. More breakers than you'd find out at Raglan. Coming through to second is the Scruff. Scruff. Up on the outside, Larch, then Dunker. They're followed by Franco Nadal. Natural settled down, Speedy Earl, and now George's back last. They swing into the lane, and they've got just under 2 1/4 laps left to go. In Special Flight, Andre Potama lead by 3. The Scruff and Dylan Ferguson. They're followed by Dunker, Michael Blakemore, Larch and Ben Butcher in 4th as they trot by the judge. Then came Franco Nadal. He's doing everything right in the early stages. Kyle Marshall, then Speedy Earl and Trent Letherby. To its outside is Natural and Jack McKinnon. And a couple off last is George and Robert Argue. They put the stables behind them their first time, and it's Special Flight leading out to the 1800 metres in the Ignite Architects trot. Leads by a couple over the Scruff, and then Dunker, followed by Larch. They're followed by Franco Nadal's away from the mark, is looking to come forward now for Kyle Marshall. On its back is Natural, then Speedy Earl and George. Through to the 1600 metres they trot, and the lead time cut out in 1:34.4, so just a gentle lead up time. And Special Flight is the leader. Franco Nadal now challenges hard on the outside for the lead as they sweep across the showgrounds turn, 3 lengths the Scruff. They're followed by Natural up on the outside of Dunker. Further back in the field is Speedy Earl as the Scruff's now gone for a gallop in 3rd. Dunker went for a gallop behind him. Larch is trying to clear that pair of horses, and George up on the outside. So they work into the lane. They've got 1200 to go. And Franco Nadal, the son of In the Pocket, 30-7 the opening quarter over Special Flight, and up on the outside Natural, 3rd and Park, then the Scruff back down and trotting Speedy Earl. They follow George and Larch, and now beaten off Dunker. 1,000 metres left to go as they stride onto the stables corner, their final time for season 2015-16. Franco Nadal leads a length and a half at the 900 over Special Flight. Up on the outside is Natural. The Scruff looking to come away from the markers, did so. That pumps George out 3. Then Speedy Earl and Larch, and further away Dunker, 32 the second quarter. Ignite Architects trot through the back they go. Franco Nadal leads by just on a length over Natural the outside. The Scruff's gone rough again back in the field. Special Flight will wait the passing lane. George is into the 1-1. There followed Speedy Earl and Larch. There your winning chances as they come off the back. Franco Nadal, he's been prone to gallop late. Can he get through those issues tonight? 400 left to go. Back straight quarter in 29.8. Leads narrowly. Natural puts the pressure on. George is 2 lengths away. He's putting up a good run after his early mistake. Further back Special Flight. Larch homeward bound. Franco Nadal makes it around the final turn safely. Natural. George through on the passing lane. 3 lengths Larch. Franco Nadal. George through on the inside and Natural. Franco Nadal's in front. Natural. George's gallop in front. Franco Nadal, and he does everything right tonight. Franco Nadal, too strong. Wins by a little over 2 over Natural. Speedy Earl up for 3rd. George has galloped in the home straight. Larch has lapped on him. Further back in the field then to Special Flight. They were followed by Dunker. And the Scruff will be the last to greet Judge Graham McLennan for season 2015-16, 3:37 the time, and home in 30 seconds. Franco Nadal, and gets the job done nicely here. In the last, the In the Pocket 8-year-old, and that's career win 10 at start 84. Kyle and David Marshall combining here for the Framptons. David Higgins, L.R. Clark, along with Wayne Anstis, Derek Collett in the ownership there too. S.G. Rutz and S. Roberts gets the job done. The siren has sounded. They may look at a few things in this race, but predominantly maybe into the 4th horse galloping across the line there in the Ignite Architects handicap.
Official placings, race 10, the Ignite Architects handicap trot, subject to an inquiry. 826451. 826451. Horse 8, Franco Nadal, trotted the 2,700 metres from a stand in a handicap in a net time of 3:35.4. Mile rate of 28.4, last 859.9 and the 430. Margins 2 3/4 lengths, 3 1/4 lengths, 1 1/4 lengths. 826451. All official, subject to inquiry. In race 10, the Ignite Architects Handicap Trot.
Final call of the night from Judge Graham McLennan goes the way of Franco Nadal, RG Frampton, G Frampton, DF Higgins, LR Clark, WJW Anstis, DJ Collett, SG Ruts and Mrs. S. Roberts, the owners. Congratulations to you. Win 10 at start 84. Spraden Lodge, the breeders of the In the Pocket 8-year-old brown gelding out of Nostalgic Franco, David Marshall and Kyle Marshall combining here in the last. Kyle Marshall picking up a winning double on the program. Jeremy Whelan and the team from Ignite Architects were down there, part of the victory celebrations with Auckland Trotting Club race night steward and Gordon Robertson. Right, there are 2 inquiries into the last, into the second place runner Natural and also the 4th place runner George. So 2 inquiries into second and 4th. Early gallop of Natural, late gallop of George being inspected by the stewards. Natural at this stage, McArdle Brown 5-year-old mare out of Regret for Birchbrook Breeding Limited. S.J. Hooper and the Bada Bing Syndicate. Robert Dunn trained to Pukekohe and Jack McKinnon. And in for a third. Speedy Earl up for third. The Earl 8-year-old brown gelding out of Speed and Luck for TJ Letherby and BT Blackburn. Jay Abernathy trained at Papakura. Trent Letherby doing the driving there. So protests into a second and 4th. An early gallop by Natural around the showgrounds turn first time. That's what stewards are looking into. The second placing of Natural and that late gallop of George in that last 150 metres in the home straights. So still waiting for the result to filter through here for us for the last on the card. The provisional results. Here it is: 8 Franco Nadal, $5.90, $2.10, $5.90 and $2.10. 2 Natural, provisionally $1 even, 1 even. And 6 Speedy Earl, $2.90, $2.90. The Quinella, $8.20, $8.20. The trifecta, $173.90, $173.90. Provisional first 4, $428 even, $428. 4 and 8, the final double, $17.70, $17.70. 4-2 provisional concession at $1.60, $1.60. And the final treble, 6, 4 and 8, $86.30, $86.30. And the